What does it take to dominate a sport? Not just win, not just become a champion, but completely redefine what the greatness looks like. Because before Michael Schumacher, Formula One had seen legends. It had seen champions, it had seen dynasties, but it had never seen anything quite like him. A driver who would win 7 championships. A driver who would rebuild Ferrari. A driver whose name became synonymous with success. And for nearly a decade, if you wanted to win in Formula One, there was one problem. You had to beat Michael Schumacher. And almost nobody could. Before we get into the story, if you enjoyed sports stories, legendary rivalries, and the moments that changed the game, make sure to subscribe to Beyond the Score. And if you enjoy the video, leave a like. It helps the channel more than you might think. Now let's talk about the man who conquered Formula One. Michael Schumacher wasn't born in a world of luxury. He wasn't the son of a Formula One driver. He wasn't surrounded by wealth. Instead, he grew up in Germany, where his father worked at the local karting track. Money was tight, resources were limited, but talent wasn't. From an early age, Schumacher showed an obsession that separated him from everyone else. He wasn't satisfied with being good. He wanted to understand everything. Why was another driver faster? Why did one racing line work better than the other? Why did some drivers improve while others stagnated? While other young racers focused on winning, Schumacher focused on mastering the craft. And that mindset would eventually make him unstoppable. In 1991, Schumacher got a chance. A Formula One opportunity opened up unexpectedly. For most young drivers, a debut is terrifying. For Schumacher, it looked natural. From the moment he stepped into a Formula One car, people noticed something. He wasn't overwhelmed or intimidated. He looked like he belonged. And after just one race weekend, the entire paddock was talking about him. Formula One had discovered its next superstar. Soon, Schumacher found himself driving for Benetton. At the time, they weren't considered the biggest team on the grid, but they had something incredibly valuable. A driver capable of doing extraordinary things. By 1994, Schumacher was fighting for the World Championship and he won it. At just 25 years old, suddenly Formula One had a new king. But that championship wasn't without controversy. The season was filled with tensions, disputes, and incidents that divided fans. Some admired Schumacher's relentless determination. Others believed he pushed the limits too far. Either way, everyone agreed on one thing. He was incredibly fast. The following season, he won again, back-to-back world championships. The future belonged to Michael Schumacher, or so it seemed. Then came the decision that shocked Formula One. In 1996, Schumacher left Benetton and joined Ferrari. Today, that sounds obvious. Michael Schumacher and Ferrari felt inseparable, but at the time, many people thought it was a mistake. Ferrari was famous, historic, and loved, but Ferrari was not winning championships. The team's last driver's title had come back in 1979. 17 years earlier, many great drivers had tried to restore Ferrari's glory. None had succeeded. Joining Ferrari wasn't a safe option, it was a gamble, and Schumacher took it. The early years with Ferrari were difficult, painfully difficult. There were races where Schumacher drove brilliantly only for the car to fail. There were seasons where Ferrari came close but couldn't finish the job. There were moments when it seemed like the championship would never come. Most drivers would have become frustrated. Some would have left. Schumacher stayed because he wasn't just trying to win with Ferrari. He was trying to rebuild Ferrari. Together with his engineers and teammates, he helped create a culture obsessed with improvement. Every weakness had to be fixed. Every detail mattered. Every second counted. Year after year, Ferrari got stronger, and Schumacher kept believing. Then came the year 2000, the season that had changed everything. For years, Ferrari had waited. For years, they had hoped. For years, they had watched championship dreams fall apart. Now, they had one more chance. The pressure was enormous, not just on Ferrari, on Schumacher. Because if he failed again, people would start asking difficult questions. Had Ferrari backed the wrong driver? Was the dream impossible? But Schumacher delivered. At the end of the season, Ferrari was champions. The first drivers' championship in over 2 decades. Drought was over, the mission was complete. And in reality, it was only the beginning. And what followed was one of the most dominant periods in sports history. 2001, champion. 2002, champion. 2003, champion. 2004, champion. Again and again and again. Formula One had belonged to Michael Schumacher. His preparation was unmatched. His fitness was elite. His understanding of the car was extraordinary. Engineers trusted him, teammates respected him, rivals feared him. Every season felt the same. If you wanted the championship, you had to beat Schumacher. And most years, nobody could. At his peak, he seemed inevitable. Like gravity, like the sunrise, no matter what happened, Schumacher found a way to win. Quick question. Do you think Michael Schumacher is the greatest Formula One driver of all time? Or would you choose, let's say, Ayrton Senna, Lewis Hamilton, maybe Max Verstappen? Let me know in the comments because this debate has been going on for decades. What made Schumacher special wasn't just speed. Lots of drivers are fast. Teammates often talked about how hard he worked. Engineers described his attention to detail as obsessive. While others rested, Schumacher studied. While others celebrated, Schumacher prepared. He treated every race as if it could be won or lost through preparation. And that mentality changed Formula One forever. Today, elite fitness, detailed data analysis, constant communication with engineers, all of it feels normal, but Schumacher helped make that the standard. He didn't just adapt to Formula One, he raised the bar for everyone. After stepping away from the sport, Schumacher eventually returned. The championships didn't come, the dominance didn't return, but fans didn't care, because by then, his legacy was secure. Every time he stepped into a car, people were reminded of what he had accomplished. Not just the victories, not just the championships, but the era he'd created. Today, some of Schumacher's records have been matched or broken. Formula One has evolved, cars are faster, technology is more advanced, new champions have emerged, but greatness is more than just numbers, it's influence, and Schumacher's influence is everywhere. You see it in how drivers prepare, you see it in how teammates operate, you see it in the expectations placed on champions. Modern Formula One was shaped by Michael Schumacher, whether fans realize it or not. There have been legendary champions, there have been unforgettable rivalries, there have been drivers who thrilled fans around the world, but very few athletes have transformed their sport the way Michael Schumacher did. He took a struggling Ferrari and turned it into a dynasty. He raised the standards of Formula One, and for years he made winning look routine. And that's why Michael Schumacher isn't just remembered as another champion. He's remembered as the driver who conquered Formula One. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe to Beyond the Score for more stories from the world of sports. And let me know in the comments, who is the greatest Formula One driver of all time? Michael Schumacher, Ayrton Senna, Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, or someone else entirely? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.